Welcome to the channel, everybody. How's it going? Been a couple days since we've been live. Was kind of getting a few things prepped um, so that I could continue on. Nick Brown, nice to see you tonight. How's it going? Awesome Path, also great to see you. Batlick, good morning to you. Again, I planned on going live earlier today, and some stuff just kind of hit me, and took me a little longer to get around to things than I planned. But figured I wanted to get another live stream in tonight, and then we'll push pretty big over this weekend, and we're gonna get 7 for 7 knocked out because we have done quite a bit already. Got through all of Act 7.1 already and started 7.2, and I stocked up on a bit of revives off of the revive deal that came out today because I'd farmed up some units and some revives, and we got our roster. We got champions. I figure we'll just go ahead and keep pushing through. Like I said, let's see. We left off last time. Find it. The 7 for 7. We left off on we did 7.2.1. So 7.2.2 is our next one in the order to be able to get that. Remember Toy Story when Buzz jumped off the staircase rail and Arm? Yes, I do. That was one of the very early. That was the very original movie, and that was very interesting scene in itself. So we're gonna take a look. I think I have an idea on this one already. I haven't scouted everything, but I did scout this one a bit. So we're gonna see what. I want to double check a couple things. I got a mutant. I definitely got a skill. Definitely got a mutant. Trying to think. Okay, yeah, I think that's... So we're going to adjust things a little bit here. By the way, guys, trying out a little bit different music tonight through a little bit different source. So if the music's too high or too low, just let me know. I'd appreciate that. Trying to find the balance on it and see exactly where it's at. According to the way it looks on my end, looks like we're probably pretty good, but if it is too high or too low, just let me know. I think what I want to do is we're going to pull Adam for now, and I'm going to throw Sunspot in, and I'm going to pull Gilly, and we're going to throw Black Cat in, and I'm going to use Hulk for the boss. So, like I said, guys, I took a few nights partially just to kind of refresh a little bit, but also to kind of get a, I got the new music put together. I got a few other small things worked on, and also kind of taking care of some of my own personal stuff, including some of my own personal mental health in a way. But it did also give me a chance to stock back up a bit, so we should be good for tonight's run and hopefully most of the rest of the run as well. But that being said, I haven't talked to everybody too much in the last couple days. So, how's everybody been? What am I missing here? Why am I not doing the damage that I'm expected to be doing? Go. I don't know if I read this one wrong or what, but I'm not doing quite the damage I was planning on doing for this. Still gonna push through it. That is the whole point of this. Thing does worry me with that, but we will see what we can't do. So I've been planning on going live a little earlier most days, and it just hasn't worked out for one reason or another. But we will be going live earlier on Sunday and plan to go probably do a good stream. We'll probably do at least a 4, maybe even a 6-hour stream. Kind of depends on how long it takes us to get through everything. So definitely look forward to that. We'll be into the more interesting stuff anyways with this. That should put us 7.3 and 7.4 by then. So should be doing both the Kang fights. No problem, man. I appreciate it. That's not what I want to see. Played that wrong. I'll fully admit that one. What's going on? Okay, let me know, guys. For some reason, it's saying I have an excellent connection, but like I'm getting some issues on, um, like it on my playback as I'm watching it here. Let me know if I'm having, if anybody's seeing any kind of lag or anything. Let me know, please. I'm not sure if it's just an issue with YouTube at the moment or what's going on. What the hell am I taking so much damage off of? What am I missing? Oh, that. Great. Okay. Well, that's why we picked up potions and revives. Get through this and move on. Freezing like crazy. I thought it was my phone. Okay. Let me know if it continues. Cause yeah, it's like it says I have an excellent connection at the moment. I'm not having any, but like when I'm looking at it, when I looked up at my screen, it was just doing the loading circle of death, which of course is massively distracting when I'm trying to pay attention to that and fight both. So let's see if maybe it fixes it. It looks good now. This is weird. I've had no connection issues or anything. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna run the test real quick. Saying that's not the problem. I'm still pegging out. So, mind you, that's my download speed. But if my download is that good, my upload should be pretty solid. Unless there's a problem. Okay. Speed test came back good, so hopefully we resolve the problem. Or more appropriately, hopefully it resolved itself. King, how's it going tonight? Nice to see you. So, how is that list coming now that I bombarded you with the full version of mine?
I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling
change your perspective on how big the MCOC community is actually. I gotta say, honestly, it's really kind of, I hadn't even thought about it to the depths of it was until I really got into sending it to you. And like, I started out, I was gonna write them all out and then type them all out to you, and I got a full page, triple columned written out when I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm just gonna send you all the links. Radical, how's it going, man? Hey, so I don't know if you saw some of the stuff that I was talking about in chat tonight or today, but I am putting together a plan so that we'll have more people available or hopefully so that we can do 2 groups of raids the next time. You will be involved in raids for sure, but that means I'm gonna move you around and get you doing more than just boss rushing for AQ. And I'm gonna need you a little bit more active in war as we get things picking up too. Hopefully that's not an issue. But I know you were saying you were interested in doing raids anyways, so I figured you wouldn't really be too worried about it. The Thing and Korg are both made out of rock. That they are. Different types of rock, but yes. And also, if you didn't see my message as well, make sure you go into the shop and buy out the from the potion store, buy out all the Alliance raid potions, so that you have an extra stockpile when we do raids again in a month. Well, 3 weeks, whatever it is. Triple Z, how's it going? We're doing 3 battle groups for raids. 1 battle group got 100%, and the other 2 might happen. Who knows? Nice. Yeah, we did just 1 this week. We are kind of in a rebuild anyways, because we brought in a group that was supposed to be our number 2 group for raids, and they kind of bounced out on us with no warning. So we're just getting a few more people in right now. I still got a couple open spots that I gotta fill in the Alliance. But we'll ideally get to a point where all 3 battle groups are doing raids. We're trying to see who all's there right now. I need 5 right now. That didn't work out well. Triple Z, it's awful late for you, ain't it, man? Like, not that I don't appreciate it, brother. By far do I appreciate it. Like, Awesome Path, I kind of get it. Like, he's still, as far as I know, still laid up and recover and stuff a bit. But you, like, brother, bit of late. I think I should have brought in Prof. I think he would have actually done this. Definitely past your bedtime. Yeah, I kind of figured. Never mind then. I was going to say I know someone that needs 11 spots. Yeah, yeah, no, we're not looking to do a merger right now. I mean, we still, like I said, we got a few open spots right now. You know, we're looking at 5 right now for sure. Possibly a couple more, but nowhere near that many at the moment. Four likes on the stream already. 6 people hanging out. 7 tops. No, I appreciate it, man. I know. You're going to have to let me know when you're going to do the next class rankings. And I will, if you give me enough warning, I will definitely plan around it so that I can come hang out for that one too. Definitely enjoyed helping out with that for you. If anybody hasn't gone over and hung out and checked out Triple Z's first ranking video, we went through and ranked the science class with him, myself, Music Man Joe, and chat. So if you guys want to go over and check that out and critique how well we did, or you know, see if you agree with us or if you think we're completely lost our minds about how we rank some of these champions. I mean, okay, no problem, Radical. I get you, man. I currently need 2 members, but after Battleground season, might need a few more because people don't hit the minimum points. Yeah, we don't have a minimum point requirement on Battlegrounds at the moment. Honestly, I'm trying to get everything on track just with AQ and War at the moment, and then I'll worry more so about that type of stuff. I don't like putting minimums because sometimes it's one of those things where I did it as a leader years ago. But the thing about it is I would have people that were otherwise active just completely not like get caught up because they didn't meet a minimum. And I never liked that. Like you made it to AQ all week, you made it to War all week, but you didn't put up enough points in this. We did it for a while, but like I said, we ended up running, and mind you, this was back when we had daily alliance events and 3-day alliance events and week-long alliance events. So like there were multiple things going on at once. Like, you know, somebody didn't put up enough points in villain used, or you know, somebody didn't meet their minimums in items used, or any of these type of things back when those were things, which I kind of miss, to be honest with you, because first off, it was a great reminder to actually use my 6 stones and stuff. But at the same time, I do understand the mixture of it, because like I said, it was good and bad in its own ways. 2 out of the 3 arenas, not bad. Everyone has a different passion for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Red Skull or Red Hood, who would win? Red Skull. Nothing against Red Hood whatsoever. But Red Skull does technically have the super soldier serum. So yeah, no more items use Big Sad. I totally agree. Okay, this path was not necessarily the path I should have chose, apparently, because everything I planned for this path is not working. And we are using up way more items than I planned on using for this one path alone. But we are too far into it to walk away. There are 3 major alliance activities: War, AQ, and Battlegrounds. If someone gets 2 out of the 3, now you're doing good. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at, is if I can get everybody doing AQ and War consistently, whether or not they do Battlegrounds or not, it is 100% optional. Now, mind you, they obviously will benefit from doing so. There's too much in the game to get. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too, and I get it. There are other alliances that would pick AQ and Battlegrounds or War and Battlegrounds as their 2 out of their 3. I just like the group activities a little bit more. I think it builds that family aspect. Where everybody actually cares about one another, because they're doing modes together that, if everybody gets the rewards, it's because everybody did their part. Yes, 6 away. We are getting so close to the 1K mark, guys. It has continued to trickle the last few days. And I do overwhelmingly appreciate that. That's another reason I went ahead and made sure we went live tonight, was to see if we can't possibly get those last 6 subs. I know we got the usual audience here tonight, and I'm always grateful for all of you, but if there happens to be a friend, a family, your mama, your brother, whatever, that might actually want to check out what we're doing out here, tell them about it, because we only need 6 more subs to hit my next level of monetization and become fully monetized. Gonna skip this node. Hopefully we can hit this soon, and then we will plan a celebration. Probably gonna do something special, get a bunch of streamers on. Give a little bit of a shout out to the community. All those that, Okay, so literally everything I planned about this is not working the way it's supposed to, because I'm not doing nearly the amount of damage I expected to. But hey, at least we're keeping him stunned in the corner so he can't do anything to us. until there. If I unsubscribe and then resubscribe, then you'll need 5 more. I'm not quite sure that that's how that works. Okay, let's see if we can pin him and do the other 50%.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can.
And there we go. Wasn't pretty. Didn't go as smooth as we wanted to. Used a few more revives than I planned. But we got another one in the books. And that puts another step closer to those Titan shards. And those Titan shards get me the ability to guarantee on Monday we open a Titan and a 2 7 stars. Okay, tier 2 alphas. I can use those. I'm actually a little low on those at the moment. I don't know what's going on with YouTube tonight. It's all over the place. 1 second it says none of you are here and you've all left. 1 second it says like all of you reappeared again. 1 second it's playing video just fine. Another second it's acting like it's loading. So I did purchase the 100% raid potions just now. I did notice the potion line, the posting line about map 7 and what it looks like. Thank you, Triple Z. Yeah, Radical. We'll be putting you in a spot, so I'll talk to you more over the next couple days about it. But Alliance War, I will take care of whatever path is assigned. I just request not needed too often for Boss Island. That's not a problem. We got plenty of people for the Boss Island. But I will get you set up so that I may move you in battle groups. Does being on YouTube Premium help my channel? No, it does not. See, what do we got? Yeah, no, we're not doing that one. I know how much pain that one can be. I didn't think so, but didn't hurt to double check with someone. Yeah, no. Yeah, I totally get it, man. Always willing to talk about those things. But yeah, Radical, we're gonna get you done doing boss rushes and actually set you up so that you can help 100% on maps again. Now that we got some more people in, I'm gonna be looking at getting a couple more recruits in as well. I hate Safeguard. Let's what else we got. Hmm. I don't like these pass. Oh, good night, man. Totally Triple Z. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate you. Okay, I'll look forward to further discussion. Yep, no problem, man. I appreciate it. AB, how's it going? Triple Z, I hope you have a great night and get some great sleep. What's the path look like if we do that? A bunch of suck. We're gonna do it anyways. What do we have for boss nodes? I hate that. Well, I might be able to deal with that actually. Okay. Is Triple Z related to Triple H? I believe they're very distant cousins. Very distant. Right. I mean, we got Triple H, Triple Z, Triple G. We got all kinds of triples. Me again. Sorry, this is why I don't do these live normally. Is because I am indecisive as can be when it comes down to trying to make sure I got the right team. I think VT, yeah, Venom the Duck is the boss I choose. Crit hit only. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I gotta start doing these a little earlier in the evening. Oh, I'm doing 7 for 7. I'm working on Act 7.3 right now, or 7.2.3 more appropriately, and trying to pick up my Titan. Kingpin or Lex Luthor? Do you think they are similar? In some ways, yes. But Luthor is more about global domination, and Kingpin is more street level.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when
Yeah, I slipped up there.
They sit there being judgmental because you try.
Letting her get the unstoppable was definitely not in the plan. And then I do it twice.
Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from
There we go.
everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times, it feels like nobody's right. Yeah, so I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I think this life could be special if I get rid of the devil.
Captain Marvel or Red Tornado? Captain Marvel. A lot of people give Captain Marvel crap, but she's still one of the strongest characters in Marvel Comics. Maybe this might be a strange question, but where do you live? I have a coworker that I call AB. I would be a very small world if you're the same person. AB, are you in Canada? I don't remember. I don't think you are. Yeah, no, I'm playing this one like crap. It's my fault. I'm doing literally everything the opposite way I should be at the moment. Come on, throw the damn thing. There we go. Wazzy, how's it going? Nice to see you. Wasn't expecting you tonight, honestly. especially since I got on way later than I was planning on. But nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. And actually, depending on how long you're going to hang out for, you might actually be useful. Because I am completely cold calling these lanes. I am not scouting. I mean, I'm scouting, but I'm not, I didn't pre-research my lanes, which I normally do. So, if you want to give advice on lanes and champions, I won't turn it down tonight. But if you're not up for it, you know, no big deal either. Drewski, how's it going, man? Wassy, you're always useful and you know it. I just gotta give you crap a little bit. Wolf, were you expecting me tonight on your live stream? Nick, you've been pretty consistent lately for showing up for live streams. So, yeah, man. Appreciate you stopping in. It's just, I know, Wassy's a little different. He's in my alliance and one of my officers, and I know normally what his time frames on things are. And it's a bit late for him where he's at the moment. Got a 5-star Hulkling today. Dursky, that's an amazing pull. Especially depending on where you're at in things. Obviously the 6-star is ideally what you want to be shooting for. But Hulkling has a ton of uses and is an amazing champion. So great job on that pull today. Yeah, I know. I cost myself my own degen. I wasn't paying attention to how low I'd gotten that combo. I'm just not gaining power for crap this time. Yeah, I slipped that one up. Damn it. But at least I won't hit the DJ. But I'm gonna die. Alright, Wolf in chat. I made sure to hit the like button. And on that note, I'm off to bed. No problem. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, I'll hit you up probably sometime tomorrow. If there's a good time, let me know. But we'll talk about kind of where things are moving and what role you can help out with. But I appreciate you stopping in and definitely appreciate you hitting that like button. Yes, I have seen Game of Thrones, Nick. So, Wasi, are you not going to talk to me now because I didn't say you were useful all the time right away? It's going to let you help me. Oh, yes. Okay. No problem. Okay, I was going to help you, I was going to let you help me pick out champs and scout pass, and I'll just do it myself. Remember that officers that don't talk to me do not remain officers. You're in a quest. What am I supposed to scout? Yeah, I know. I got to get through this one first. Is there swearing in Game of Thrones? Swearing, like Wasi says, swearing is the least of the things in Game of Thrones. There's a lot more than swearing in Game of Thrones. It is based off of a very different period in time, even though it is based off of a fictional version of it. And besides that, Wasi, I figured you would want to tell me how I'm playing champions wrong. Because I'm definitely doing that at the moment. So, you know, I mean. Don't need to be here to tell you that. Oh, okay. Oh. I don't know. So far tonight, like, none of the paths I've scouted has worked out the way I intended them to. So. But we're still continuing to get through things. Even though I screwed up there, but who cares? We'll just team revive everybody at this point. Or we'll get smacked in the face with an SP1 that I have no clue where the hell came from. Oh, you think the screen is frozen? Okay, give me a second. Yeah, it is. Sorry, guys. Don't know what caused that, but I appreciate that, Drew. Thank you. Let's see if we can fix it real quick. Okay, and that should have fixed that. Thank you for that, Drew. I appreciate you letting me know on that one. Going through and making this playlist last night, and I ran across this particular one, and I said, you know, this is definitely a tribute to Prof, and I just got to do it. So this one got added in. It's probably a little off from everything else that's going to play on this playlist, but I do have other intentions for it down the road. But it was definitely something that I just couldn't resist when I ran across it. I mean, Wasi, you always want me to screen share when I'm doing things that in the Alliance. Like, what better time do you have right now than to actually be able to sit here and critique me and talk about what I'm doing wrong and everything else when I'm actually live and you can watch me the entire time? I really didn't like any of the paths on this one. So I went with the path of that I thought was going to be the path of least resistance.
I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Don't think, granted, you are on an exception. You can mess up Hulk stun loop. Never mind. Hulk stun loop is great and is easy to not mess up unless you don't gain power normally. When I can gain power normally, yes, I will run his stun loop every time. But there's an exception to how you gain power on this particular path. Didn't mean to do that. Damn it. I'm backing up, so could you tell me why I'm not? Thank you. No heavy countering on Chilith. What does the heavy counter do? I may have missed that. And no, obviously I wasn't baiting heavies because I didn't know to. What were we looking at up here? We're looking at the crit path, possibly. Don't feel like dealing with life cycle. Okay, Wasi, I'm thinking Howard, Venom the Duck with the crit path. Refresh or bleed if you punish opponent's special with a heavy. Oh, okay. I will have to start practicing that timing. I'm thinking I'm going Venom the Duck with the critical eye and the crit me your best shot and crit setup and aggressive. Okay. Wolf, I played Yes, I played Injustice. Okay, Wasi, be prepared to critique my Wong, because I know I'm probably wrong with my Wong. Okay, there were several times I was backing up there. NCOC or Injustice, what's better? They're two very different games, in all honesty, even though they're as wrong as a Wong enjoyer. This hurts my soul. You know what? You want to jump on call and tell me how to play these characters? I'll let you jump on call and tell me how to play these characters. You want to sit there all day Sunday while I go through and finish this? You sit there all day Sunday and tell me how to play it. If not, we're just going to do this until either I win or I lose. Whichever one happens first. Have I ever played King of Arenas? No. Oh no, you're not doing you're not doing anything wrong. I'm giving you crap. You're more than welcome. I'm not bad mouthing you. I mean it. If you want to jump on call and critique how I'm playing and tell me what I'm doing wrong in real time, you're more than welcome. Have I played Temple Run? No, I have not played Temple Run. And that time, what I did wrong was paying attention to talking to chat instead of watching my screen. Come on. Come on. I'm not getting any crits. Subway Surfer. No, I have not played that either. Wasi, I'm not beating you up. I legitimately mean it. If you want to critique things, like, I need more input than just I'm doing it wrong. Or that I'm hurting your soul by the way I'm doing it. Sure, this is hurting my soul. Are you playing one-handed or two? Two, surprisingly enough. I don't know. I think everybody seems to always be surprised when I'm not better than I am at this game. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because there's 100 YouTubers out there telling you guys that I suck at this game and then going through and playing it blindfolded. And I don't mean playing it blindfolded as in like, oh, look, I'm playing it blindfolded. I mean like MSD challenges where he plays it blindfolded and still wins. So when you guys hear me say I suck, you guys expect at least prof level or DD level or whoever level. And in all honesty, I just plain and simply am not as good as others at this game. My whole premise of things is showing people that just because you're not perfect doesn't mean you can't get through it. Yes, I use a lot of potions. Yes, I use a lot of revives. Yes, I struggle a lot. But so does a good portion of our community. I understand that comparatively to you, Wasi, Prof is not as good of a player. But comparatively to me, Prof is better than I am. And a lot of the old tricks that I have used over the years to get through things like this aren't 100% available to me. Like, if this wasn't a 7 for 7 challenge, if it was just beating Venom the Duck here, I would easily just bring in Corvus and guarantee my crits and walk through him without a problem. You're describing my gameplay. You really need to see him go into Winter of Woe, Nebula, not read the node, and then complain it's too hard. And I get that. And I don't complain it's too hard because I don't read the nodes. First off, I do. You guys watch me read the nodes repeatedly. And I normally scout this stuff ahead of time. Yay, I picked the unit path and didn't even know it. That helps. I appreciate that. And I do this. I think sometimes I know I'm right. And the other thing about it is too is normally I do a bunch of research before I do things like this. I go through, I write up notes, I do this one level at a time, I record videos, I go through, I edit it, I do the next video, the whole 9 yards. I don't do this stuff on the fly most of the time. Because then I can double check things. I can make sure that I understand the nodes 100% before I go in. Sometimes I think I know things that I don't always, and I'm not always correct. But I'm willing to understand that. If you want to hop on call, yeah, I can open up call to let you hop on. You'll have to do it through Discord. I do like Prof Hoff. I like how he's honest about good things in the game and bad things. Plus, he will comment on posts others, um, people's crystal openings. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great voice for the community. I do understand that some people don't like him, but I also do understand that you know that is a thing. Wasi, give me just a second. I'm setting that up right now. I believe this should still be good. If you're ready, let me know and I will pop. Actually, I know you're on my Discord server. Okay, Wasi, I opened up a call on Discord in my server. So if you want to get on it, just feel free to jump in there. Unless you're not on my server for some reason, but I'm pretty sure you are. Wasi, let me know if you're, like I said, before I move on. Okay, there you are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody else hear him?
I can't hear myself, so that means no.
Let's see if that's better.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let's see if it's better for them. Let me check my settings. Go ahead, say something real quick.
Can you hear me?
Still
can't hear myself.
Okay, let me see. Try it now.
Something?
Something, anything.
You said say something.
Yeah, say something, anything.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, you can hear yourself now.
Yep, and that's where we stop watching stream because I'm not listening to myself. I'm gonna mute my. Oh shoot! I can't mute my phone. I have to do this on my laptop. This is very not cool. I've played myself.
Good. I thought I had it fixed. Let's see.
Okay. This quest right here, I believe, if I remember correctly. Mm, no, it wasn't that path. That one was. It was okay, but not the most fun.
Let's see. Oh yeah, destructive feedback, along with everything else.
I mean, if you can play against destructive feedback, that one isn't horrible.
Oh yeah, that's the one where you just build up to the special 3, launch the special 3, and then actually kill them. Possibly. Let's see what else we have.
I don't recommend this one. This one's kind of annoying. Mercy's a very Oh, this one's quite fun. You can do this one. You can use Bishop will if he gets a stun purified, he's going to just uh reapply it, so he'll kind of just ignore the node for majority of it.
Okay, let's go ahead and go with that one then. See,
This one's also not too bad. The one
uh,
up there also isn't too bad. The 2-star chest, I believe, is the units though, so keep that in mind.
yeah, let's go ahead and try for it. So
Who do you have?
that's what I'm
If you
pulling up.
wanna,
That's what I'm pulling up right now.
oh, it's because I stream delay.
No, you're fine.
You want mutant and tech champions for that path, right? Can you check the note again?
Yeah, I think it was me. Actually, I think. Yeah, tech is.
No, not that one. That's the wrong
Oh,
one.
wrong. Yeah, sorry, it's this one. Skill actually is the one that gets the bonus here, but for superiority, you need class disadvantage, which is
So yeah, that's gonna be skill and
cosmic
mutant champs.
or skill and mutant. Yeah, sorry. I'm guessing it stays consistent this entire path. Okay, so skill and mutant.
Yeah.
That's what we got to work with.
I'd probably go Black Cat. Black Cat instead of Guillotine 2099. Uh, Sunspot instead of Long. And then what's the boss? What are the bosses?
That's what I was just gonna go look at. So we've got Nova with Burnout, Time to Strike, Superior Charge, and Fury, and Aggressive.
Oh, just do the. I remember this path. Do the Man Thing fight with Hulk. He'll kill it within like half a second.
Oh yeah, it's the high energy diet one.
You can't torch it, but you just get so much damage from Power Shield and Flare. It's not even funny.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, well then that pretty much sets the team. Ken L, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. We are just pounding through a little bit more 7 for 7. Um, we do have Fridge on call, Wasi, also known as. Just kind of giving a little bit of advice and seeing if we can't maybe save me a few more revives this way. We are on 7.2.4, I believe. Yeah. I didn't do that, so thank you. Okay, so we need class disadvantage, and you said bishop is most favorable for this.
Yes. When you stun, you get stun vulnerability. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna purify, and you're gonna reapply a passive stun, and so you'll still get stun vulnerability. The whole like gimmick with this path is the stuns get purified.
Ah, dang. I was doing pretty good about at least voiding every other one of those damn special ones, but then I took 2 of those in a row. 3 in a row. Good job. Okay. Not perfect, but we didn't use a revive, so that's a step in the right direction. Right on. I'm muddling through battlegrounds. Yeah, I've been kind of muddling through myself. Actually, almost hit silver 2 today, or not silver 2. Um, platinum 2. Um, but hey, it's still one of the highest I've been so far in any season, and I've heard this is one of the roughest seasons. So whatever, we'll see where we get before the end. So Black Cat or Chillith for this?
Um, can you check the notes again? I need to remember if the purify is for everything or just stuns.
Just stuns. Oh,
Oh no, it's
every
every debuff.
every 6 debuff purifies and converts into a passive stun.
Go with Black Cat. What should happen, if I'm thinking of this correctly, is she'll she'll start failing a bunch of abilities, and it'll be a pretty fun time.
Ah, I missed.
Oh,
Ah,
Black Cat, you want to cycle your SP2, by the way.
okay. I missed that Dex on those SP1s. I was doing pretty good on that one. But missing that Dex really, once you get hit by her lightning, that's not a pretty day, especially at this level. Ah, okay. Almost had that one. Sorry, slipped up on that. I don't know if it's the input or if it's me, because part of the time I'm getting the decks just fine, and part of the time it's just not doing it. That time was definitely me. Okay. I'm not using a revive. We're just gonna run chill and see if I can finish her off with her before I do another revive. Trying to save a few at least. And that worked better anyways. So I already know what that is. Nick, if you want to ask me something, you can ask me in chat. I will check it later though. See if we can do better with Bishop against Vulture. How do you catch me on that one? All the way across the screen. You know you can critique in the moment.
It's delayed right now, so some of these critiques are gonna be. It's gonna be weird.
No, it'll be fine because even if I don't get them in the exact moment that I'm doing it, it's still not only is it a teaching moment for myself, but it may help somebody else by seeing the mistakes I'm making and having them auditorially corrected in the moment.
True.
not to mention on top of that, trust me, for plenty of people out there, um, they don't necessarily see them as mistakes. Um, G, how's it going tonight? Galek on 7 for 7. I don't like this. um, Honestly, it hasn't been going that bad, G, to be truthful with you. Um, I feel like I have a pretty decent roster for it, to be truthful with you, which is part of the reason why we're pushing for it right now. That and it's really kind of my final test for myself before I start working on Act 8. But how you doing tonight, man? A little late for you, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's the weekend. You don't got school tomorrow. So getting ready to go
And we've all been there.
yeah, the trying to punish his special one or punish his special is a little bit more of a not necessarily the one I want to practice on, to be honest with you, to start throwing the heavies in response to.
No, with like a range special, you're likely not gonna get it. It depends. With certain ones like Winter Soldier, you still can find the spacing for it.
Yeah.
Um, but there's certain like attacks that when they hit you, just like in general or through the block, they're just gonna move you back a certain amount of space. And I believe Cyclops is one of those where it'll just move you back out of range for as good as Cheetah's uh for as good as her heavy ranges.
Yeah. Keno, yeah, trust me, I've had plenty of seasons where Silver One just kicked the crap out of me, and I just couldn't find my way into gold. Um, so yeah, and this is definitely, like I said, from what I'm hearing from a lot of people that I know that actually compete at a high level, even most of them are talking. This has been a really rough battleground season, and probably one of the roughest I've heard about, without it being necessarily a massive bug causing it. Now, mind you, I know part of the problem is the input issues. So it is still technically a bug issue, but not like a, I don't know, the typical Kabam type bug. We all expect the input issues. So, as sad as that is to say, but it is I don't think anybody's gotten to the point of this game and put in any real time and not expected an input issue at some point. Here, I'll give you plenty to purify. By the way, did I ever tell you I hate Mysterio?
Mysterio has a funky AI. Oh, that being said, as a player that would consider themselves decent for BGs, I think the biggest problem right now is that this node combination is arguably one of the worst with how the AI has just been. With the super passive AI, you're kind of forced to wait out your power stings, which loses you score. And then that just ends up making you lose games, or the AI will start like light intercepting you, which is always a fun time.
Yeah, I think, Abado's known for getting frustrated during playing, but I think this is the most I've seen him get frustrated during any Battleground season yet. On the couple streams I've been able to stop it and catch. Um, and he's probably the one most known for getting to a point of like getting so frustrated that he just ends the stream. um,
Oh,
but it's been a rough one. The sad thing about it is though, in spite the fact that he has been getting irritated with it, um, he has been doing pretty good about not like getting so irritated that like he doesn't make it through the stream. He, and actually, the other night when he was really truly irritated with it, he turned around and picked up on a decent win streak for a little bit. So,
where's he right now?
what do you mean? Oh,
Like,
um, God dang it! I'm trying to think of he's in Gladiator Circuit at the moment. Not the lowest one, but the next one up from that.
see, funnily enough, this season that is the lowest you can be because there's not enough people in Gladiator Circuit for there to be like a lowest. Like Uru doesn't exist right now because there's not enough people in Gladiator Circuit for Uru to have people in it.
Well, then they can just let me in. That way, there's somebody in that lowest one. And then I made Gladiator Circuit for a season.
See, that would be all easy, nice said and done if it wasn't for the fact that that also means that there's a bunch of people who usually hit Gladiator Circuit that are still stuck in Vibranium, including myself.
I'm trying to sneak my way into Vibranium at least. We'll see how that goes.
I'm gonna say it. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Oh, I know. I've only got a
It
few
is
days left, and
brutal.
yeah, like I don't know that I'm gonna get even out of platinum. To be truthful with you, this season, I got
This season, I wouldn't worry about it as much because it's just so bad.
well, and I've got quite a few other things that I'm trying to work on at the moment. So now, mind you, would I like some better rewards out of this season, considering the fact that I did actually push a little bit more? And yes, I probably will still get a little better rewards than what I have in the past.
If I were you, I'd recommend just saving up, and I'll let you in on a little tinfoil theory chat. I think that they're going to likely update the store between this season and the next one because they usually do it between seasons. They haven't announced anything for next season in terms of metas, and a lot of people haven't been playing because the rewards aren't worth it.
But
So
no.
that's probably prime time to update your rewards.
Okay, so you're definitely sure that we should do Man Thing and not Immortal Abomination.
Get to the stun loop on Hulk, and you'll understand why I said him.
No, that's fine. Damn, Gerald is swapping chats. Who's he hopping over to see real quick, huh? Who else is live right now?
That statement also implies AB is doing the exact same thing.
Oh no, I know. And AB knows I know. Because the only way he would know that Gerald is in multiple chats is if he's also in multiple chats.
Cannot be caught lacking like this, AB.
Ah.
Oh, damn.
Oh. Give me the opening. Give me the opening, and we will take this still. Not if the stun's not going to last that long. I didn't. I was hoping not to push him to another special 3. And there it is. Considering the screw up on the special 3, I'm pretty happy with that one.
I'd say that's a win.
I will take that. Nice. Good call. That was the units one. Appreciate that.
No problem. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember this correctly. 2-star is the units. 6-star is 6-star shards. I think it's 5 and 3-star are. I know 1-star is gold. And then I believe 5, 4, and 3 might all be like different types of rank up materials in different quantities.
Okay, let's see. We've been live for 2 hours tonight. We just got through 7.2.4. I don't know that I want to do Gwenpool tonight. Just kind of depending on timing. I think we might do 6.2.5 tonight, call it at that point, and then pick up tomorrow night, push through Gwenpool and all the way up to the first Kang, and then on Sunday we can do the second Kang as a finale for it. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now.
So that goes to your 7-star for Monday's opening.
Yes,
Your Titan.
That'll get me the Titan and both 7 stars for Monday if I can get through Kang get through both Kangs before Sunday, before I end on Sunday night stream. I'll actually be over on both Titan shards and 7-star shards. I'll be working on the next batch of each. Let's go through through everything and see what we got for this one. Combo party's fun. So that might be a nice node to save for like an Aegon or we'll look at that. We got buff synthesis and combo party as well as unblockable specials on that one. Whenever we got swing and miss over here. This is a villain superiority.
Oh my goodness. If you had Bullseye, this path would be so much fun.
But we don't have Bullseye.
We do not have Bullseye.
So we got missing in action, faltering mind, and arc overload 2, along with that swing and miss. Now I do. No, because he's not a villain, so that wouldn't matter. I was about to say I do have Profex, which I was thinking just for the falter, but Now on this one, we got weakness stun. That's gonna sting.
Do not go that path. It's gonna be not fun. That's a Cassie Lang path if I've ever seen it.
See. Over here we have another superiority path with backhanded compliment, surging vengeance, and tyranny, which again also would help with the villains.
This one is pretty
That one might be a very,
straightforward.
yeah, I was going to say that one might very well be. We already looked at that one, and this is the last possible path. Debuff synthesis with stun and bleed, energy adaptation with lightning, embalmable, and shock tether. I'm thinking the Venom Pool path.
Yeah, you can either go Venom Pool or Nebula. Nebula will give you the units, and it isn't a terribly hard path. Um, Obviously you're going to need to switch to an all villains team. And you also probably want to check the boss before we
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do.
venture.
Check the boss. Because either way, either path that we're going for, it's an all villain team. So for bosses, we got Void, Platinum Pool, and Dragon Man. Looks like the first time I did this, we went ahead and took Void. Safeguard. Lots of fun. Always love Safeguard. And by that, I mean, I never loved Safeguard. Smorgasbord, Draw 5, and Juke on Platinum Pool. Yeah. And then we've got Stunning Reflection, Empowered Immunity, and Extend on Dragon Man.
Stunning Reflection goes on cooldown for Incinerate. So realistically, I would probably recommend Hot Pool, and you could easily go with like who would work well.
Platinum Pool? You're suggesting the
Yeah,
Platinum Pool?
Platinum Pool, and you just need someone who's debuff heavy. That's really it.
Okay, we can try it. Let's see where we're at on this. So let's start off by figuring out where we are on villains. So I am not very villain heavy.
No one on your team's villains, are they?
Nope. Not a single person on the team is a villain.
I mean, I guess we go those four and then a counter for um Platpool. And I think your counter for Platpool can easily be that Sunspot. He'll he benefits also quite a bit from a Purify heavy matchup because he'll basically keep cycling his incinerates because your heavy attack purifies. so you just don't need a cycle as heavy, which makes them fairly easy.
Okay, let's try it. This will be a good time for me to see how good I am with Null, because I think Null and Mordo are probably my two best options.
Yeah, Morbius is kind of a joke.
And Venom the Duck is, well, Venom the Duck.
He'll do something.
You know, the sad thing is as I started this fight, I just realized that I did the same thing I did the second night that I started working on this.
Which is
I haven't thrown on a single boost.
I didn't boost for this.
Nah, but at the same time, it's one of those things that first off, I didn't do Necro and 40 revives like you. So the extra little bit can actually benefit. So doing it without boosts, first
Uh,
off, is, not only a nice thing to do for saying that, I did pull it off without the extra help, but
uh, Tips for Mordo real quick, just as I'm watching this. You want to parry and hold your heavy for a bunch of Furies. And also, honestly, I'd restart the path at this point because it's still just the first fight.
yeah, I probably
Um,
should have, but I just burned a revive as you were saying that, so we'll just try it again.
and for buff heavy matchups, you want to spam SP2. And when I say throw heavies, I mean hold your heavies. Yeah,
No, I know, I caught it. Trust me, give it about 30 seconds, you'll see me with 14 charges.
yeah, there you go. Your SP3 will regen you if you have enough Furies and are low enough HP.
Or I'll just slip up and die anyways. Let's try that one more time. But this time we're actually going to go ahead and reset that. No reason in burning a second revive on it. And at least it's not 10 energy just to get to the damn fight like Winter of Woes, so.
You know, I'd complain about it this week if I didn't have 6 solos right now.
I just have to get into a rhythm with this.
While I was running map 6, I'd use Morno just because I didn't have or didn't want to use any champion that was better than him. And he worked.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. It's just not it's that getting into the rhythm of if I'd been playing Quake as much as I used to, I could probably fall into this rhythm a lot easier because parry heavy is her, a parry and hold heavy is her entire existence. Um,
Oh, you weren't a Quake and Shake, you're a Quake and Bake.
yeah.
Damn.
Um, but again, it's not one of those things where I played her on a anywhere near regular basis anymore. Because obviously I rarely play my 5 stars for anything anymore. So
I played a 5-star the other day. Used
start Spidey to get through the challenge.
no,
Okay.
it was actually I actually ascended my 5-star onslaught just to mess around with them.
Amon, how's it going? I'm not quite for sure what all those letters were. um, working on 7 and 7. I'm doing the first. I'm on 7.2.5 right now. Um, just started the path. That fight went a lot better than it did the first time. So we are going to go ahead and revive and just finish it because I was really close. Or we'll get smacked in the face when the inputs don't work. I pushed my special 4 times there and it did not activate any one of the freaking times. Those letters were a question I just asked. Hey, you gotta love technology. Occasionally it decides what we want more than we know what we want. So, what do you expect?
Were you trying to say what is this content? Because that's your question after that, and that's almost
Don't
what it.
ask how I fucked up so bad. Yeah, that's what he was trying to say. Um, and somehow QHRIA is how it came out. I mean, yeah. That's what I
Like
was trying to say. Yep.
I've heard the term word vomit before, but I've never seen someone take it so literal.
So, let's have some fun with Null. Gotta figure out circulation in this freaking cottage of mine a lot better.
Do you know how null works?
Nope.
Oh boy. Okay. First thing we're gonna say is you want a heavy parry up to your SP3 for the most simple rotation. You're also gonna get stunned from that power sting, and that's gonna be a fun time.
Oh, I already got through it.
Oh, that's nice.
Nope, I own Null. I know he's worth it. I just haven't worked with him enough yet. Oh, of course, I got Power Sting just as I hit the SP3. Why not?
And essentially, once you've thrown the SP3, he's gonna have a substantially low or lowered combat power rate. So what you can do is you can get him into the corner and just keep backdraft intercepting him, and it's a pretty fun time.
or I can just die horribly.
That is a possibility.
I'm assuming my hands were on the right keys and just typed it without looking and hit send. I look back and yeah, I've done that before myself, man. Null, medium, medium, special 1 for short rotation, and medium, medium to special 3 for long rotation or heavy parry. My null is 660, so he's usable. My null is unawakened. And we're going to do it anyways. Because that's been the point of how we've been going about this, is we just continue on no matter what and get through it. And this is the only thing that I've ran into that I did not have a more extensive roster to choose from. Villains is apparently the only thing I haven't pulled a decent amount of out of 7 stars so far.
Oh my goodness, you know, it'd be a fun challenge.
What's that?
What if they did like a 7-for-7-esque thing, but it was like Act 8, and you could only use one champion. So like each level, you had to just choose one champion. That one champion was your boss killer, your lane clearer, everything.
Well, I'm glad Kabam doesn't recognize me as existing, because I'm sure they'll never watch this stream and ever decide to punish us with that. So,
What do you mean punish us? That'd be so much fun. That is substantially better than the controversial content that FinTech hooked up.
I'm just saying, okay, so now, mind you, I haven't done Act 8 yet, so I don't know 100%. Um, but obviously, I'm just thinking, like, especially on some of the boss levels. Um, like, so basically, you'd have to bring in like Kingpin for the entire um Bahamut level.
Now, you say that, but you can also do this cool thing called not use a purification champion on that fight.
Finishing raids on day 1, nice. We're working on some plans that may make it so that that is a lot more possible. I do think that raids went a lot better. Was ridiculous. Feel like Kabam is gonna change that. I'm not sure how many alliances finished on day 1 and how many of them had to wait until the next batch of revives. But like the second we got our revives today, we were instantly in, or at least we had a couple groups that were instantly in, and yeah, it was done. I could see the fact that the first one was way harder than it needed to be, and the second one maybe a little easier than it needed to be, according to some of the stuff that I'm seeing. So it wouldn't surprise me if they don't adjust again and try and do a happy medium between the two. Which always worries me in itself, because our definition of happy medium and their definition is like my angry ex-wife.
Amon, what did you do to get enough revives? Because I know the starting 7 isn't enough. So did you spend glory on revives, or did you save some from the last raid?
I know one of the things that we have is almost everybody, there's only a few people that don't, but almost everybody that was.
You're gonna give Killmonger a lot of power if you spam heavies. You want to cycle an SP1 here, you'll get armor breaks on him and he'll stop doing stupid things. Yeah, I figured as much, man.
Yeah, I did not mean to push him to the SP3 there. JJ, nice to see you. How's it going? So every week we get 6 revives. I probably use 3. Nice. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. Working on a few things that will hopefully. We're probably going to take a bit of a step back to take a step forward. To be truthful with you, one of the plans that we kind of talked about today is incorporating more battle groups into raids, partially to get everybody's build up eh, I'm not going to say that. Build up teamwork more and more, care about your fellow alliance mates more. Because we have found that honestly, that's one of the things that I do like about raids is I do think it brings a lot more. Um, it brings people closer together and gives people more of a reason to want to actually not only play but want to work together. And so we had a pretty decent officers meeting today. Definitely going to be looking at some things. I'm definitely going to be taking an SP3 to the face, which is not going to feel great, but hey, might as well let a few people die in the process of trying to get as much damage as possible from a fight that, well, I'm not 100% sure I have a good counter for. But hey, may have died, but I took a few more on the way out. I didn't have to do it this week. JJ loves her raids. It's her favorite content. Yeah, something tells me JJ doesn't love her raids, and um, but I will tell you this much, JJ. Raids compared the first raids compared to the second ones, worlds difference. I actually was talking. That's another thing we were talking about today. We had one person that just absolutely was adamant about not doing them again. And I think if he had tried them this week, he would have felt a lot better about how badly week 1 was. Okay, who do I've got the best chance of getting through Killmonger, the rest of Killmonger with?
Mm,
Because I'm guessing it's not Morbius. I mean, I can throw Morbius at him, but
do not. Probably. It's null if you can get the SP1 loop, or uh, Mordo if you can't do that.
it's amazing. One of the interesting things that I have been seeing a lot of is alliances that, you know, normally I wouldn't expect them to run even map 6, still jumped up to raids like they were prepared for them. Um, and I don't know how it went for those type of alliances, but I I, I don't know. It's kind of weird because normally I just don't see. Normally there's less people that will jump to higher end content than there has been with raids, in my opinion. I might be wrong. It may just be that everybody I'm talking to is better than I think they are. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I think raids are pretty interesting, and I do also think raids are pointless unless you're at least Paragon. I mean, there is some, and not that people that aren't Paragon can't handle them. We've got a member of our alliance this week that did phenomenal, who's Cavalier. But that's also because I knew she could handle it. Yeah, so now the increase of inventory to 7 for raids. I will have 14 revives when the next raid starts. I won't even have to use glory. I dropped my arena grind by a lot now. Just do the milestones for the basic and featured, and 1.5 million for. Yeah, I got to get back to grinding arena more. I need a lot of that. Am I getting a raid from Max? That's amazing. That's awesome. I appreciate it. For those alliances, if you can even get the chest, that would be huge. Yeah, it is. You get a 7-star Ultron Paragon Crystal and 7-star shards, or Titan shards. Yeah, you have to be at least Paragon to get those, because if you're less than Paragon, then you get like tier 2 alphas and tier 5 basics and 6-star shards. Hey Max, how's it going? Nice to see you stopping by. I appreciate um I always love hanging out in Max's stream, so it is quite an honor to get a raid from you, my friend. I appreciate that overwhelmingly. Chris Gonzalez, nice to see you as well. Okay, so we at least finally got through Killmonger. Paragon ain't that hard. No, I totally agree. Paragon is very attainable comparatively to what it used to be. And on top of that, too, obviously, if you can get through Thronebreaker, you can get Paragon. Let's see if I can handle Carnage in spite the fact of how aggressive he is. We are going to be taking a few more nights to get through this. We will be finishing up between tomorrow and Sunday. I have gotten most of the way through Act 7.2. Right now, we're finishing 7.2.5 tonight. But with the time and everything, I don't think we're going to start 7.2.6 tonight. Just because, in spite the fact that I know I don't have to do Gwen's cycle, I know that it will be a bit of a longer fight if I don't. Um, Sorry, been a while since I showed up, Max. Been busy. I haven't been around as much. Life's been getting busy. Yeah, that's kind of consistent for all of us, Amon. So um, we always appreciate whatever you can do whenever you can show up. 100%, man. So, but as with my alliance, I always understand life has to come first. And I also understand that Wassie's probably cringing because I'm falling right back into the pattern of what I'm not supposed to be doing.
What are you talking about? There's not. You're totally not. It's not like watching, like the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Maybe not that. But it's just like you've never repeated that before. What are you talking about? I've never heard you say anything about that. First time.
Yeah, yeah. More so, I was talking about the fact that I'm not necessarily throwing the right.
Hmm?
More so, I was talking about the fact that I wasn't throwing my specials in the right order with um, Mordo here, not what I was talking
Oh,
about.
it,
uh I've been
to be.
watching. I've been wanting to get into D&D. Seems fun. I love D&D. I haven't had a good D&D group in years. So I didn't complain about this when Mordo came out, mostly because I was too busy to actually complain about it. But everybody does realize he's not a vampire, right? Like their animations for him is completely wrong. He's not a vampire. He doesn't even drink blood. Wasi, you went quiet on that one.
Hmm? I'm totally not doing something else in the background at this age.
Never played before. It is an amazing time, honestly. And if you're a creative person, it is one of the best hobbies you can get into. As long as you also are not only creative but enjoy setting cash on fire.
If you don't want to set cash on fire and you don't have a group of friends to play with constantly, or if you don't have friends, Baldur's Gate 3 is a spectacular game.
It is.
Highly.
It is a fairly good representation for um, D&D in a way, but it will never compare to the actual pen and paper experience. Especially when you do things like there was a campaign that I was on a few years back. Guy spent probably 3 weeks writing up the campaign. Um, why does it cost so much cash? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to these days as much so as it did in the early days of um, D&D because you can download PDFs of most of the books. But one of the things about D&D is between dice and books. Dice are not that bad, but you'll get kind of an obsession with having a variety and a lot of dice. So those can get a little spendy after a while. But when you're looking at things like half and half a player's guide, and then sometimes you want to have books for like custom classes, you want to have books for custom characters, you want to have books for, if you decide to be a DM, then you need a DM's guide and a monster manual, and sometimes also looking at like possible campaign books. Um, yeah, it's a lot of books. There was a point in time that I hung out with many people that carried very large backpacks that weighed more than most high school students' backpacks because they were filled with just what we were using for books for D&D. Yeah, I can understand where like, but most nerdy hobbies, to be truthful with you, are not cheap. I don't think I've ever found a nerdy hobby that was cheap unless you want to count like doing this game free to play. um, but yeah, I mean, if you want to collect figurines, if you want to play Magic, if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, if you want to play um if you want to actually spend on this game. If you want to be a gamer in general, I mean, I can think of countless things that will guarantee if you're a nerd, they will drain your wallet. Angela dupe or domino dupe. Those would be two great ones in my opinion. I would love to pull Angela. I do not have her yet. The domino dupe would be phenomenal. But of course, I'm not even guaranteed a 7 star at the moment. I do have the chance of a 7 star out of that crystal, which means I will probably get a 6 star. But I do have a couple crystals to open, and we're working on getting a couple 7 stars to open as well. Right now, I have one secured, and I am pretty close to having the Titan secured as well. By the time I get enough shards for the Titan, by doing it this way, I will also have enough shards for two 7 stars, no matter if that crystal decides to give me one or not. So we're gonna keep going for it. Tried getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh, but I didn't understand the new mechanics. It was like the game had got complicated. That game was many issues where people can win. Yeah, I used to have a deck that was a guaranteed first round win. It was a library of something I can't remember. But as long as I had them in my deck, I could cycle my entire deck until I got to all my Exodia pieces, and then I just won. Like if I got the first go, it like the game was over most of the time. As a matter of fact, that's the only reason why I ever started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, because I had built that deck on a game. Um, Exodia Cycle, yeah. I had built that deck on an actual Yu-Gi-Oh video game, and a couple of my friends that I had been showing a lot of stuff on Magic um, had come by, and I was showing them my deck on Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're like, "If you built this in real life, you could do nasty things to people that would make them very angry." And so I built it. And yes, I know you're probably questioning right now why I'm using Morius whatsoever. Um, but he was just sitting there, and um, if he can do a little bit of damage, it might save me a revive. So who knows? Maybe that 25% will make the difference. Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and Sangan. All of those sound familiar as as cards. I'm pretty sure were in that deck. Um, I also was really good at making magic decks that were ones that would make people cry. My privileged position deck was my favorite deck of all. A green white deck that guaranteed that nobody but me could ever do anything. Am I getting a little too nerdy for you, Wasi?
Nope. I am currently trying to figure out chess notation, which is not exactly going spectacular.
Trying to figure out notations for what?
Chess.
Okay. Are you leading a chess club or something?
No, I am simultaneously. I have the stream on my phone that's propped up against my laptop, and I kept seeing things about the password game, so I decided to try it. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out. Oh wait, is this what it's supposed to be? Nope. I cannot figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, one thing you should know about Null is he's the science cosmic class. Uh, to which I mean, he's very not buff reliant. So up against mystics like Dormammu, he's actually not terrible.
Oh, that's good. In spite of the fact
He's
that
a
I want to play Pale World and Monster Hunter. I've heard really good things about Monster Hunter. I've never heard Pale World. I just don't find this game fun. I feel like I'm grinding just for the sake of it. I stopped doing Arena 2. Amon, it gets redundant, and I feel that I'm just doing milestones. You know what would make this game better? I know a lot of people would bitch is if they got rid of the unit deals.
That would be the worst decision this company could possibly make, and I will die on that hill. Amen.
Um, I see both sides of that. I understand. First off, the game would never survive, because that's what keeps Kabam alive. Um, well, Netmarble's what keeps Kabam alive, but unfortunately, Netmarble shareholders care more a lot about the profits than they do any of us. Um, which is probably what's really interfering with the game at this point because it's just like I was actually just watching earlier and saw a story about how Vice got bought out by a investment firm and now they're gonna stop doing news stories. Because a news organization that doesn't do the news only makes sense to investment firms. Um, but unfortunately, that is kind of becoming the corporate greed model at this point, and nobody cares whether or not it's best for the customer or best for the interest. They only care about what's best for the short term profits. That's part of the reason that Kabam takes less credit for a lot of the problems these days than they used to. Because if they actually took credit for the problems, they would have to go back to actually giving us compensation and things, but they would also have to admit their falters. Um, and we just don't get a lot of that these days. And it's not just Kabam; it's every company. They don't care about people as employees. They don't care about people as customers. They care that you spent.
You can take a look at some of the huge layoffs that have occurred in like a lot of gaming industries, a lot of any industry to be fair. A big game I used to follow, Destiny 2, they had a humongous layoff, and it was you could easily tell it was solely for um, monetary purposes, and I've stopped playing the game since because I don't want to spend my money on a company that will just keep the CEO's bellies fat while kicking everyone else to the curb.
Yeah, and actually, a friend of mine and I were talking about it earlier, which is part of the reason got delayed on going live was because I was talking to her for a little bit. But you know, the problem at this point is, first off, it's extremely busy, extremely expensive to be socially justicely inclined with your purchases. Um, but also on top of that, it's getting to a point where, like, it's, I don't know that there are any companies left that actually care. A lot of people, let's see, I think you would put those unit deals into long term content rewards, then the game would be better and no one would care. Yeah, the biggest thing annoys me is the long term content needs revised, but we can't use units because people need to save units for deals. So it's a rock and a hard place. I just support really good games now where there are no microtransactions. I can get that too. Um,
You know, uh, you go ahead.
no,
Well,
but I mean, it is. It's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't anymore. You know, that's part of what brought up the conversation between her and I was she was using the McDonald's app to go get food because it saved her half the price. But at the same time, I 100% understand that by saving her half the price, McDonald's is that much closer to the point where they don't even have cashiers whatsoever. Okay. Because eventually it's going to get to the point where everybody orders off the app, everything's filled through an automated thing, and you drive up, you scan your barcode, and they pop your order out the window and you drive off. We all know this stuff is coming and that there should be something done about it by the people that are supposed to be representing us. But that's also why I've been trying to move towards something better before it all collapses, anyways.
there will be laws put in place for stuff like that because as much lobbying as this is going to get really political real fast. As much money as they want to make, it's literally not viable to a point.
I hope that eventually it does get put in place, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it at this point, especially not here. Baldur's Gate, Pale World, Monster Hunter, Hollow Knight, Elden Ring. I agree it would be a balance if they revamped the rewards at least for content. Yeah, or at least had not screwed with revive farming. They were not hurting themselves as much as they want to try and make it sound by allowing us to revive farm.
Um,
Okay, real quick before I continue on. So we're going platinum pool and we're going with um, Sunspot.
Sunspot. Yep.
Okay.
While you're in that fight, I'm gonna take the opportunity to respond to two things. Amon, first of all, Hollow Knight is probably my all-time favorite game. Absolutely must play. Literally been waiting for however many years they've delayed the usage of Silk Song or the release of Silk Song. Such a good game. Cannot begin to describe how much I love it. Um, and for unit deals, I feel like I would, as someone who's been a very light spender, um, I feel like for a lot of people, um, especially someone like myself, as I said, doesn't spend units very often. Um, I personally find it to be like it's rare that content forces you to like really use units on it because like Necropolis, give or take, I spend out of my own units like maybe at most 6K, at most 5K. Um, because I only really used units my first path. Uh, second path, third, fourth, fifth, didn't use anything. Sixth path, I decided instead of farming as many revives as I could, just get it over with, and it was a relatively cheap path. Um, and yes, as much as they want to monetize revives and um, stuff like that, if they don't, what essentially happens if you like monetize revives to that point, um, you'll get a situation where people will not even be able to like start into the game. Like if you say like let's say a 3 months from now, someone who's looking to push Valiant and they need 2 rank 3s. They're gonna get one probably from 8.4, let's say that, but they still need to do like Necropolis. And if you don't like give them that opportunity to try that content without being forced to spend, essentially, they're just gonna quit. And their top end players are their spenders. If you start screwing over your top end players and just discourage, well, if you discourage people from becoming top end because you have to spend to even like get remotely close to there, you're gonna kill your game. That's as simple as it is. It will absolutely destroy the game.
Billy D, how's it going? Nice to see you. Just trying to overpower the regen and accidentally pushed him to the SP3 on that one. Yes, Wasi, could you do me a favor? I know you're not probably on top of it, but could you drop Billy's link for me?
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
If anybody isn't subscribed to Billy, we just got him over the 50 subscriber mark not too long ago. So he is able to stream and everything again. But definitely would like to make sure that everybody is following him. I'm always a big advocate for making sure that we are helping everybody grow. Obviously, we are on a path to growth right now, myself, with the fact that we are trying to shoot up to that 1,000 subscriber mark, which we have been inching towards every day this week. Hopefully, a big stream on Sunday to finish this off will be the last little bit that we need. And speaking of finishing things off, and despite the fact that it took a few more revives than I was hoping for, that is another path in the books, folks. So that does put us to the point that we are ready to start Gwenpool, and at this point, we are 3 hours into the street, um, which I think is a pretty good place to. Um, yeah, so I'm agreeing with you that monetizing is getting out of hand with revives and unit deals, and people are quitting. Yeah, it worries me that they're getting a little out of hand on some of this stuff because we have such an amazing community. If you like MCOC, I'm okay. If you like Kabam, put your finger. Yeah, I think a lot more of us like the game and the community than we do necessarily what Kabam and some of the people speaking for them choose to do. Okay. I 100% agree with that. Um, Within a year, I can grind out 60K units. So if we are limited to 15K units per deal round, that's 45K units, and then you have 15K units for content or banquet. I mean, that's some pretty decent math there. I like the suggestion on that for sure. I think that actually would put things. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to grind to that level. Um, no, no, no. I know you're not arguing at all. And again, you're right. Kabam can always do whatever they want. It doesn't matter how we feel about it whatsoever. I mean, it should in a way because we are the customer. But it doesn't. It's their game. They got to do what I like. Jax and Crash and even DL. Yeah, I mean, I think Jax is an amazing representative for the community. He he keeps things reined in. Um, as far as things, but he seems to be very sympathetic to a lot of things that the community goes through as well. I think they did really great at hiring him as a community manager, and I think he's a great representative for us. Um, there's some others that do need to learn a bit more tact. Um, but everybody, again, this is something I've talked about on numerous occasions when it comes to us YouTubers. Just because I rub somebody one way doesn't mean that I'm going to rub somebody else the same way. Um, and don't take that in any way other than what I meant it. So, what about food, Billy D? You can't forget about that. But again, guys, I think that is where I'm probably going to go ahead and call things for tonight because we have made quite a bit of progression, and that does set me up for tomorrow night. We'll start off with Gwenpool or Gwen Purier, whatever it is. And then we will go from there over to 7.3. Probably do all of 7.3 tomorrow, and then 7.4 on Sunday. Um, Hopefully, by that point, we should be able to pick up the rest of the subscribers we need to hit the 1,000 mark. I'm looking right now to see if anybody is live that we could possibly raid. And I'm not seeing anybody. So, Amon for up and coming players can't do this as in the game need to be fixed. Plus, if lower players can't do the content without extra cost, it hurts players, so they leave. I agree there. Yeah, I don't know how lower end players are feeling, so I could be. Yeah, it's an interesting thing and definitely something I think we'll talk about more in some upcoming streams as well as maybe something I may address in another video. Um, yeah, the skill ceiling is getting a lot higher than it's ever been, to be truthful with you. Um, but like I said, guys, I think that is where I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight. I was going to see if there was somebody raid, but it doesn't look like there is. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it this way. I hope everybody has a lovely day, a lovely night, and pulls a God tier champion soon. Thank you again, Wasi, for the help tonight and for jumping in. And thank you all for hanging out and being part of things. Wasi, would you like to say goodbye?
Yes, it's been a lovely time chat. Thank y'all for having me. And like Wolf, I hope you pulled that one chase champion you've been wanting for the last 6 goddamn months. I'm looking at you, Scorpion.
And until the next time, guys, everybody have a great night. I really do truly love you, and thank you for all the support. And until the next one, peace out.